What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest and greatest episode of the Helm Podcast, everybody. I'm Helmke. That's Mike. Or as I like to consider, I'm going to go old school here for you, right? Old school baseball. The Greg Maddux of podcasts.
Oh, Greg Maddux. Awesome
Yes.
baseball player. Woo.
Yes. For all you youngsters out there, pitcher for the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, if you don't know him, Google him.
Yes. That Atlanta Braves lineup was just tremendous. John Smoltz, Greg Maddux. I mean,
Dude,
TJ or Glavin.
Dude, they had a nice team. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's a shame they ran into the Yankees back then.
Yeah, I would say, did they win any championships? I can't remember.
They did not, man.
No, right?
They did not in the 90s. No. They did not. Poor Braves. The greatest team to never win one. But that's all right. Anyway.
Well, before we get started about who's our weeks and stuff, I'm seeing small drop frames. I don't think it's on my end because my internet looks good, so it could be a connection between Twitch, possibly. So if you do see minor freezes, that's it. It shouldn't go out. At least I hope not. Knock on wood. But that's what's happening. So how's your week been, John?
It's been good, man. Honestly, I can't believe it's Wednesday already. It's actually going by fast, and I love it. Right, I love when the work week just kind of flies by. I'm actually starting this new drink. I know for some people they're like, "Yeah, that's old," but my son, he cares about me and he loves me and wants me to be as healthy as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted me to start drinking cucumber water.
Cucumber water, okay.
Yeah, so he says he Googled it and it's healthy for me. So I Googled it. And yeah, it's supposed to help with like weight loss and it provides antioxidants and lowers blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. So I had some other good things about it. So I said, what the hell? So yesterday I did my online grocery shopping and ordered a bag full of cucumbers. Not gonna lie, I ordered it online because I really didn't want to be seen grabbing like 10 cucumbers at HEB. They're gonna be like, "What is this guy into?"
He's probably making a very ginormous salad, maybe.
Maybe a nice summer salad.
Yeah.
So
see, look at you getting all scared about cucumbers in your hand.
So I came home, sliced up a few. I even bought a nice new little jug to put in the fridge because my other jug is for like tea and Kool-Aid and all the unhealthy stuff. So I made it last night, got up this morning. It was nice and cold. Had me about three glasses today of it, and it tastes good. It's a little bit different, but it tastes good.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, if it helps in any way, fashion, why not, right?
Yep. So what about you, man? How's your week been?
My week's been good. Just you know, going through the week, going by pretty quick as well. Like just like you said, Wednesday's here, and soon to be Friday, and man, can't wait for the weekend. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I can't wait for the weekend either.
I need me a beer. Oh, and then I got my COVID shot today, the booster shot.
Oh, the booster.
So
Do you feel boosted?
I feel like Spider Man.
Hello.
Spider Cop, if anybody knows where that's from. But
Wait, what did you say?
Spider Cop.
Okay, I heard something different. Sorry.
What did you hear? Oh wait, I think I know what you heard. But go ahead and
Yep.
say it. Go ahead and say it.
Yep. I heard spider cock.
Yeah,
I
that's what
said
I thought you were doing.
okay.
Yeah.
I said okay.
No.
That's where we're going.
Spider Cop. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So right now, I think I feel good. I mean, I felt like a little weird, like I don't know. I can't explain it. Almost like when you feel like something like parts of your skin, like when like almost like an itch, but it's not an itch type thing. So I guess we'll see tomorrow if I get it like where I just don't like almost like I feel like crap. Let's say if I feel that tomorrow, but maybe not. Maybe I won't feel anything tomorrow.
Maybe you're gonna wake up and feel glorious.
Maybe I'll be Spider Man.
Maybe you'll be somebody different than you.
Maybe I'll be Thor.
Hey, I can be Factor.
Maybe I'll be Iron Man without the iron. I'll just be
Oh,
the man.
my son does call you. What's his name? What's Iron Man's name? Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. Yeah.
Yeah, my son still calls you Tony Stark. He'll be like, "Dad, how's Tony Stark doing?"
Fuck
I'm like,
yeah.
"He's doing good." So yeah, for y'all who might not have seen Mike in the past, he had a nice little goatee and it was kind of shaped up like Tony Stark. Not to the T, but
No.
you know, it was definitely a little bit there. So my son, being a little kid at the time, was like Tony Stark, and it just kind of stuck with him.
And I'm okay with that. That's actually a hey, that's a cool nickname someone to call me, Tony Stark. I'm down with that.
Yeah, better than what we call you.
He's talking about Gumby. What was it? Oh, and the Water Boy.
Yep, Waterboy, Gumby,
Gumby,
Fuckhead.
Gumby, because I was flexible. Water Boy. I don't know. Oh,
Uh,
because the coach had said it, but I don't know exactly why he said it. But
yeah,
no, it's because I had the Gumby shirt that day. That's what it was.
yeah, that's what it was. He showed up to practice with a green, bright green, or not bright, but
No,
uh,
the Gumby green, and it
yeah,
had Gumby's face on my shirt. So people started
big
calling me Gumby,
Gumby.
which
Yep.
so it has nothing to do with me. But I'd like to say that because I was flexible, just to say it. But
And remind me, bro, why did we start calling you the Water Boy? You weren't an actual Water Boy.
I
I know
know
that you
it was the
you
coach.
played.
It was the
Okay.
coach. We I don't know. I was squatting. You know how like if we didn't touch the bucket for squats, like they would just talk shit to all of
Ah,
us.
yeah.
And it was Coach Deaton that had said something about don't be a water boy or something like that or blah blah blah. And then I don't know, somehow that stuck too. I'm like, God damn it.
Hey, Coach Dean was a bright man, though. Good man. Good
I
man.
mean, good man, yes, but why do nicknames stick to me?
Yeah, I didn't really. I only had a couple of nicknames in high school. One of them being my actual last name, Helmke,
Well, yeah.
and then the other one was Big Dog.
It can't really be a nickname if it's
And
your name, you know.
yeah, and the other was Big Dog though. Everybody called me Big
I
Dog.
never called you Big Dog.
Well,
Just saying,
Mike,
never did.
you did it.
Uh-uh.
Even to the point to where I remember my high school graduation when I was crossing the stage, people started barking
I remember
in the
that.
stands. Yeah, and I was like, that's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, that was cool. But other than that, I didn't really have any nicknames. A couple of the ladies called me Big Sexy, I think.
Big Poppy, is that what they say?
Yeah, Big Poppy. I was Big Poppy before Big Pop. No,
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
they never
Big
did. They never
Poppy
did.
stole it from you. No, I don't know if they
That's
ever did.
right. Nah, the ladies never called me that. I had a girlfriend in high school, and I was very devoted, and I never did anything behind her back. So,
Yeah. Oh.
but speaking of good men,
Uh-huh.
I didn't send this to you, right? Because I really didn't want us to put it on here,
Mhm.
as far as like the actual picture of it. But a lot of people were upset,
Okay.
including Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa Bryant.
Okay.
Apparently, the drawings of the autopsy photo of him and Gianna, him and his daughter,
Yeah.
were leaked.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's not actual photos, right? It's the
Drawings.
drawing that they do for the autopsy, so the coroner can write down what was wrong where and all that kind of stuff. But it of course, like it should be, it was very detailed, and it gave an idea of the exact damage that Kobe and
Had.
Gianna took.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And a lot of people were upset. Of course, Kobe fans out there don't want to have their last memory of him being that, right? Of course, for the family, Vanessa Bryant and his older daughter, the baby, um, I'm sure they don't want that leaked out either, right? But apparently, yes, it came out that his body was so badly burned and just disfigured that Vanessa had to go identify the body. They had an idea that it was Kobe because of who rented the helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
but they needed her to visually verify because of how bad. Apparently, I'll give a brief description, man. One of the arms was cut off. It was completely separated from the body. Pelvic bones were popped out of the skin. Leg bones were popped out. Spinal bone was popped out of his back. Badly burned face. It was pretty rough, man. Even a drawing, and now mind you, it's not like a Van Gogh type drawing, right? This is just a plain simple sketch. And even just looking at it, you if you close your eyes, man, you could get an idea of what that might have looked like in real life. And yeah, man, he took some damage, man. You can definitely tell I mean, obviously without going to say we already knew he did, but seeing the
Yeah.
drawing, the different parts of the bones they were sticking out in different parts of the drawing, you're like, wow, like and he didn't die right away, they said. So the daughter did. They said they could tell by the autopsy she died upon impact. She was done. Um, hers as well. Apparently, the spinal kind of went into the brain and exposed itself, exposed both the brain. It fractured the skull. Spine was hanging out, and she died instantly. But Kobe did not. So I can only imagine the type of pain he felt, like laying there for however long, burning or whatever. So, but a lot of people were upset, man. They felt like that shouldn't have been released. That shouldn't have been leaked. Vanessa Bryant is suing the county for the autopsy people. She's suing the county for allowing it to get leaked. But yeah, what are your takes on that, man? What do you think?
Well, it's kind of tough because I don't know. Like, can that stuff be private or is it public knowledge? Uh, but what's also strange, and maybe it's just about privacy or privacy, if I want to be from the UK, but like I feel like everything about the crash they want hushed. Like they don't want any information about the crash, like nothing. And normally, even with any type of accident, you release some type of information so that people, know it. But I feel like the Kobe family, the wife, like they want everything, like no, they want no one to know anything about the crash. Nothing.
I
A
mean,
little strange.
I get it, right? Or I see it from this perspective. Her husband's world famous, right?
Yeah.
Not just Cali famous, not just US famous, world famous. Her daughter was starting to make a name for herself as a young basketball player, right? Um, and I get it. You don't want that last image of your family out there to be that, right? So I can get that. You don't
See,
want
but
the
that's being unrealistic. Is that you don't want the last image of that to be in people's minds? Like we know he was in a crash. Like we're not saying hey we want pictures of it, but like write some details. Like for a lot of people, Kobe was their hero. Like
yes.
like they also want closure. Like they also want to just know what happened. They wanted it doesn't have to be hey I need I don't know anything. I'm just saying like you said maybe a cut off arm. Like they don't need to see a picture of that. You can just say during the crash he did have some disfigurement. Like and it's just saying that, but it's just like small details, not like in detail of the situation. But I feel like they're just trying to like I'm not saying they're saying this, but that's what it feels like. They want to say like the crash never happened. Like they're trying to hush everything of that up.
Um, I don't think it's necessary. My thoughts, right? I don't think it's necessarily that they're trying to. I'm getting tongue tied. That they're trying to hush or like act like it didn't happen. I think in their mind, in a sense, yes, they want to forget it happened, right? They know they lost their husband, dad, right? Dad to the girls, husband to her. They know what they lost. They know they lost their sister, their daughter. I think it's one of those where do I want to replay it over and over? Because you know it. Once that footage is released, it's getting replayed over and over and over on the
Yeah,
internet, on
but
TV.
guess what you
And
do when you like hide all this stuff? Stuff like that's going to come out, and then you're going to have to relive it. But if you would have given some information from the get go, it probably wouldn't have been anywhere near what this is. Like anything that small comes out from this blows up because no one knows anything.
yeah,
So like I
yeah.
understand they want to relive it, but if you would have gave some detail at the beginning, it probably would have been quiet. I mean, maybe people are going to come talk about documentaries on them, which is different. But it would be like all the secrecy about what's going on or what happened during the crash wouldn't be so big if stuff was released at the beginning. I'm not saying pictures or those type of details, but just details to give everybody information and closure. That's all it should be. Anything
You,
in
you,
detail should be private.
if you were them, right? If you were the family, do you feel like it's your responsibility to give details to give essentially strangers, right? Yes, they were his fans, but essentially strangers closure. Do you think that's your responsibility to give some type of details of the crash to give them closure?
I feel like for as big of a celebrity he was, I say yes. For it, I'm not saying you have to give 100% detail, but just give some. Like he was a celebrity figure. He was an NBA All Star. He was a world known person. There's people that looked up to him. There was people that saw him as like their Michael Jordan. You know, so for you not doing that for those people, like giving them some closure, it's it sucks because that like I said, they looked up to him. He was a big role model. He's everything.
So then that's my next question. At what point do we draw the line? At what point do we say, hey, you're a fan, not a family member, compared to, oh, you're such a big fan. Let me give you the I'm not saying exact details, but the inner workings of what caused that crash or what happened in that crash, or at what point do you draw the line? Because for me, if I'm her, I don't feel obligated to give the fans much of anything, right? Um, Not regarding his death, right? During the time you're alive, I get it. They're your fans. They're paying, your tickets. When they buy tickets, that goes to your check, stuff like that. I get that. But when you're dead and your wife is left, if I was her, I wouldn't feel an obligation to give any type of info to fans. To I'm dealing with it, right? I'm the one that's got to grieve,
Yeah,
right? I'm
I
the
mean
one
they
that's
are
got
too. It's not just them.
in a sense, right? Because they're going to sleep in the same
See, but
bed with their
you
wife or
can't
husband.
celebrate his life and not celebrate his death. That's just also not cool as well. So you're saying that, oh, I'll tell you anything about his life, all about his career, all the money you gave him for buying all his merchandise and everything he had. Thank you guys for that, but don't celebrate his death. I'm not gonna give you details on it. So it's just like you gave everybody no information at a crucial part, even if it is a horrible part that happened in his life. But it's like celebrate his life, don't celebrate his death. I'm not gonna give you any details on it for y'all.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I know that's what you're saying.
They had details already, right?
See, but what
They
I'm
know that it
saying
was a crash.
is that you give some detail, but so there is a line. Like there's a line where that detail past the line is only for family and for private information. The
Yes.
information before that line, which is just like small details. This is what happened in the crash. This is possibly what happened. And however much you want that to be, but give some information. So yes, I'm not saying give all information. Some information should just be private, and then some should be just what not saying fans, but media, that kind of stuff to everybody else.
So let me ask you this: where would you draw the line on what you would share if you were her? For me, right? I'll tell you for me first. That way you have an idea.
Yeah.
For me, they know him and Gianna died in a helicopter crash.
True.
They know that they were on the way to Gianna's game,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's where they were traveling. They know that what caused the crash was the heavy fog, right? And the guy couldn't see, he didn't see the mountain quick enough. Bam, crash, right? They know that. They know that Gianna didn't die. I'm sorry, Gianna passed away instantly upon the crash. They knew Kobe didn't, right? Because it came out originally that he didn't pass right away when it first crashed. So at what point now do we say, okay, that's enough? The fans know what happened. They know what caused it. They know where they were going, why they were in a helicopter. What else is the fans? What else is there for the fans to know?
Well, normally a big time celebrity or a big name, you normally do get the autopsy report, and normally they do read that to like, however they put it somewhere for everybody to hear it or see it. They have that body drawing, and then they put dots like, oh, this is where the bullet holes were. This is where the entry came in. Like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
you can't say you've never seen that before because
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
So I feel like even some of that. I'm not saying you have to give all, like, I would say here's a page that we did a mock-up of information I want you to know. Okay, maybe yeah, no arm, bullet hole. I'm just throwing crap out. Maybe he had a lot of lacerations. Who knows?
Yeah.
And that's like, and then there's like the actual report, which is going to be like the very very detailed, like down to the very smallest thing possible. That should be for the family. So like there should be two autopsies: what you want to release of that report, and then what is actually the report. That's what should have been done. Because like I said, tell me any big name person that has passed that you did not know an autopsy report of.
There's I mean,
There's probably a few, but I'm pretty sure
yeah.
you can't, on top of your head right now, you couldn't name one.
Normally the ones that do get released, it's either because they didn't know exactly when it was first announced that they died. They didn't know how they right. They didn't say how. They go right now. The death is uncertain. They're still alerting the family. Right. That's normally when they come back a couple weeks later. Okay, it was due to overdose. It was due to somebody strangled them. What if somebody he was shot? Right. Something like that. Right. But in
And who
this
knows if all, and
situation,
who knows if even that's 100% like
yeah,
like everything in there. Like I said, they could have had two, one for the public, one for their family.
I don't get why there has to be one for the public though. I that's the part I'm having a hard time with, right?
But it didn't bother you
I
with everybody else in the past? Just Kobe?
no. I'm not saying that. I've always wondered that, right? I've always wondered why, like, how can I put it? Like,
I feel like it's just the same thing for family. They want closure, so they want to know what happened. It's the same thing for the fans. He was that big of a name that it's closure for the fans as well. And I think that's where a lot of people don't understand. It's not to make him look bad in a bad light
yeah,
of the
of
situation.
course.
It's they want
Well, he didn't
closure
do
too.
anything wrong.
Well, no, but any big person that people praise, that people love, that people admire, that people look up to, whatever type of figure you want to look at him at, it's also closure for them. Like it's not being disrespectful to the deceased person. It's it's just giving closure to everybody. Everyone that life that he's impacted, it's just closure. That's all that is. Just closure.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a big enough fan of anybody of any type of celebrity to say, oh, I'd like closure of that celebrity's death. I was that big of a fan.
But
Maybe
there's
I'm
people out
not.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's a little bit odd to me at the same time, right? Is if you're a fan, why are you that big of a fan that you need closure of their death? Like me, I'm a huge Biggie fan. I am a huge Biggie fan. I love his music. I had posters of Biggie when I was younger. Love Biggie.
You
I
still love
defend
Biggie.
Biggie till this day. Yeah, but not once am I saying, man, I'd really like to see his autopsy to kind of get an idea of exactly where he was shot, right? Did it get him in the heart? Did it get him in the kid? Like, I'd like to know where I know he got shot,
Yeah.
right? That's what they're saying. But not once have I ever said, man, I need closure. I'd like to see the autopsy drawing, right? So that's my mindset, right? My closure has only been, man, I'd like to know if they ever caught the guys. Why did they catch the guys that did it?
Yeah.
Right? That's my closure, but not necessarily. I'd like to know where he got shot.
Well,
Right?
like I said, yeah, everybody's different, and just how some people want closure, some people don't. I mean, just like when back in the day, probably still happens today. where people faint when they see their person that they really admire. So it's
That's
just
always been crazy to me
yeah.
too.
So as I'm saying, like
Shout out
everybody's
to Michael Jackson.
yeah, everybody is different. Everybody has different needs. People need closure. Some people don't need closure. So it's just,
Yeah.
but it's how you present that. Like if there was, like I was just saying, a little small autopsy report for the public, which didn't have all the details, just enough to give people a closure. If they wanted that, it would have been there, and then this would have not been anything. But
Now,
now that it never happened, this is a big thing.
now I will say this: autopsy records are not open to the public. They can be released upon the family's request, right? I'm sorry, not request, upon the family's approval,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they're not automatically open to the public, which is why she's suing the county, right? The county coroner and all that.
Well, that's the case.
Because
Then yeah, that's their fault.
yeah, exactly. Now, what also came out is that the county commissioner or the county sheriff, whoever it was that was on the scene, apparently he took pictures of the bodies with his personal cell phone.
I remember hearing about that too.
Yeah, so that's a bit odd, you know, because apparently he had a work phone on him, right? So that's a bit odd to me. Why are you taking pictures with your personal cell phone, right? But I think yeah, I think there comes a time where as fans we have to draw the line somewhere, right? I think death is a good place to draw it. Uh, it's like let's go ahead and let the family mourn, right? Let's let the family mourn. You can mourn if you want. Wear his jersey, hang his jersey up on your wall, right? I don't have any problem with that, right? Hey, you want to have a visual or what do they? Yeah, what do they
I think
call
you're
it?
right. I think it's a
Yeah,
visual.
visual. Yeah, visual for him where all the fans get together with their candle lights. I get it, right? I respect that. But there comes a time where the family has to have their own thing, right? And this time it was violated. Vanessa didn't give approval, right? And it was violated and she's probably going to get money for it, right? So, um
We'll see.
yeah. Yeah, that's it's an interesting thing.
The only thing I just say, and I'll end it here, is that I just think she's doing a lot of hush hush of this, and it's a little strange because it's just like you don't want anything released about it, but it's whatever. It's
Why do you think she's hush hushing though? What do you think she's hush hushing?
no,
Like,
but normally it's like when you see something of like a big person's death, like you see the family talking like, "Thank you for the fans for celebrating his life." It's a bad, like you normally see a lot of like celebration of the passing in a way. I know it's not the best way of saying that, but I feel like
yeah, I get you.
she's like, "No, this is not happening. This no one needs to know anything." Like everything is just like
But
stop.
in all fairness to her, she's never really been the type of wife that was a talkative wife to the reporters or the public, right? I have to say that. All the years that Kobe played, she kind of stayed on the sidelines. She never really did interviews. The only time she was brought to light is when the cheating scandal came out about him in Colorado, right? And that's the one time she kind of came out, and did interviews. But other than that, she was never, a Giselle where
Yeah,
Giselle comments to reporters, right? She was never a Gabrielle Union on the sideline, gapping up players, doing all this bullshit, right? So I don't know if it's necessarily. I get what you're saying that she's keeping it hush hush. I see what you mean, but I think that's more just her personality. I think she's always been that kind of. I'm gonna keep this in. Like this is gonna stay within family. And in a way, Kobe was very similar. Kobe didn't talk about the family a whole lot other than basketball, right? My girls play basketball, right? He would talk about his girls playing basketball, but he kept a lot to himself as well, to the family. A lot like Jeter, if you've been watching The Captain.
I haven't yet, but I'll continue it.
Oh, buddy.
But I'll leave that where it's at because I know we've been on that subject for a while. So,
That was a good subject. I loved it. Thank you.
but I want to. I don't know if Doctor Disrespect.
No,
No, okay, well
no.
that's fine. Well, he is a video game streamer, and I wanted to show his throw real quick. I don't know if I can show it, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyways. He threw a 70-yard bomb at the San Francisco 49ers camp. And I want to play it real quick.
What's up, James?
What up, James?
First of all, I don't know why he's at a 49ers camp. That's
That's his
The
favorite team.
lamest team.
Hello.
That's the lamest team. I'm already not a fan of Doctor Disrespect.
Here we go. Let me.
If that's his favorite team.
Here we go.
I can't say what James said, but okay. Yep, he looks like a 49er fan. He looks like a kicker, but apparently he can throw. Whoa! What happened?
It's coming.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, he's got a cannon. I'll give him that.
That one wasn't the 70. That was 60.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a wobbly duck.
Yep.
That's a wobbly. But hey, I don't give a fuck.
This
I'll
is
throw
the
a duck for 60
one that's
yards.
coming up right now. Now this is going to be the good throw. I'll give you some details on this guy in a moment.
Oh, he stepped over the line. It was 69 yards. Now just play it. No, it's a better throw too. It's not a wobbly
This shot
duck.
that shows him from like his back. That was nice.
What the?
Look at Kittle. That stupid tight end.
You got it, baby!
That guy's a dummy right there. Look, man, if it was any other team, I would have said, hey, good job. But since it's the 49ers, I can't acknowledge it, Mike. All right.
Whatever. But so he anywhere he goes, he dresses up like that's his persona. So anywhere that he's in public, he's looking like that.
So the 80s kind of sunglasses.
So those are Google. I forgot how he says it, but he's like, these are these Google prototype 1080 piece. Well, he keeps going. Like, so he always wears a wig. He always wears his headset.
Which, by the way, is a mullet wig.
Mullet wig. Yep.
I'm okay with that. I'm down with the mullet wig.
So anywhere in public, you will see him that way. He goes to sporting events. He's like that. You see, always. That's what he wears. That's funny.
I can respect that. No, I mean the guy's got to right because the stigma about video game guys is they're dorky, they're unathletic. Not a lot of people can throw a 70-yard bomb like that.
Yeah, he's a 1993, 1994 blockbuster champion. That's his like that's what he says.
Blockbuster champion. All right.
Like
Doctor,
that's funny.
You said Dr. Disrespect,
Dr.
right?
Disrespect, yeah.
All right. I'll have to
cool.
Google him.
Yeah. He's on YouTube and stuff too, so but he's funny. But yeah, anywhere he's in public or does showings, he's always full outfit.
Dr. Disrespect, if you see this, right? We just put you out there, my man. Come join the Ham Podcast. I'm sure it would be awesome for Mike to be able to ask you some questions.
Oh yeah.
It'd be awesome for me to make fun of your team. So
oh, and then I think he's a Golden State Warriors fan too.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah, there you go.
It gets worse. I already told you the best thing about the Warriors is the Curry. And I'm not talking Steph. I'm talking Aisha. What up, baby girl? Come holla at me. I know you got an open relationship. I'd be more than welcome to close it for you. Holla.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then like they were all excited. Like George Kittle was excited to see him, and
George Kittle gets excited over watching paint dry.
Yeah.
You know, he's a dummy.
It was Trey Lance and a couple other players. But yeah.
Yeah, Trey Lance is gonna have a horrible season. So
I know. We'll see.
Yeah, Mike. You know, Mike, every week, I feel like you're becoming less and less of a freaking Cowboys fan. I don't know what the fuck's going on, Mike, but I'm not liking it.
Well,
all right, I'm not liking the shit that's coming out of your mouth.
I mean, we can't talk shit when we can't even win a playoff game. I'm just saying.
Mike, I don't give a shit. We ride or die, bro.
I am ride or die,
of football.
But I do like
ride or die.
I like seeing other athletes and how they perform. But I mean, Cowboys aren't doing it right now.
I am the same way, but just not certain teams. I will never cheer for an athlete in the NFC East other than the Cowboys. I'm definitely not cheering for a 49er or a Seahawk. Okay. And a Cardinal. Yeah, definitely not cheering for the fucking Cardinals. Okay. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it right now. Just NFC East and most of the NFC West. NFC East and most oh, you know what? No, all of the NFC West because I don't like the freaking Rams either. So NFC East, NFC West, not cheering for them.
Yeah, I'm an athletic supporter. I like to see, I don't mind whatever team they're on. I just like to see a person good at what they do.
I don't know if he means that type of athletic supporter, Mike.
What does he mean?
He's talking jockstrap, an athletic supporter.
Oh well, no, that's not the case.
he said, he
I
said
mean,
no.
I don't know. I just don't have like a lot of
I
what other
get what
people
you're
have.
saying.
I don't have a lot of the hatred for other teams. Like I never played for the Cowboys. I never played for the Longhorns. Like, why do I hate these other teams? I mean, I don't like them when they play against the Cowboys at the moment because I want the Cowboys to win. But I mean, I don't. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have hatred for another team.
Look, I'm not saying I hate them either because I don't know them personally, right? Would I be okay with the stadium collapsing on the 49ers? Yeah, it happens,
Yeah, see
right?
that.
But I don't hate them.
Uh, Shit, you might as well if you want the freaking building to fall on them. God damn.
No, man, I wouldn't cheer for that. I wouldn't cheer for that. But I that's the way I was raised, man. Um,
No, you can
not
always
raised,
change, bro. You can always
not
change.
raised. Yeah, not
No,
raised,
you
but
can say no.
that's
That
the
was
way I
right.
was
You were
taught.
that's how you
I
were
was
raised.
taught
That's
not
how.
to
Mhm.
like a lot of certain teams, right? NFC East, my dad said, no, we're not cheering anybody NFC East. 49ers, especially in the NFC West, because my uncle Elroy is a huge 49er fan. So the wars we go through, definitely not cheering for that. And then over the years, I grew dislike by myself for Seattle and the Rams
Now,
and Arizona.
I want no one to get it twisted. I am very competitive. I will love to whoop that ass. But once the game's over, I don't mind telling you good game. But I love kicking people's ass in anything I do. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't mind saying good game either, bro.
Yeah.
It depends on what we're playing, though, right? Um,
No, shut up. Shut up.
I've always said good game. I've always
No, I'm
said good game.
not saying that, but you're like, depends on what we're playing. No, motherfucker. You get fucking pissed and butthurt when the Longhorns lose. You don't want to talk to anybody. Like, you're like,
No,
yes.
no.
So, I mean, if you're
Have-
doing that in a team that you never played for, what are you going to do with, like, when you're playing, like,
Are we?
Monopoly? You're going to be, like, flipping the table.
No, no. Correct. When it comes to shit like that, it. Thank you, James. It is okay, but when it comes to shit like that, right? Is it depends on who I'm playing. If I'm playing a respectful person that's like, hey man, good game. Like during the game, they weren't talking too much shit, right? It was playful. I played back. Even though I lost, right? It was playful. Hey, good game too. Yeah. But if I'm playing a fucking, ha ha, da, 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 if I'm playing a fancy, then yeah, I'm not gonna fucking tell him good game, right? Because you talk too much shit. So now I just want to play you again so I can beat you this time.
No, I mean,
right?
you're right. I've played against people that talk shit, and it feels
Yes.
so good when you win because you're just like, fucking, suck
Yes.
it, bitch. So yeah, trust me, I've been through all that too, James. Like I know, but but it's when I'm playing. I don't have that fire just watching a team, and then
oh.
yeah, don't get me wrong. It sucks when the Cowboys lose. It sucks when the Spurs lose. But like once they're done, maybe I have like a 5-10 minute. Like I'm just like fuck. I'm like a little pissed, and then I'm over it. All right, let's go to the bar, or let's just fucking I don't know. Let's do something. Have fun.
Yeah, I've gotten better with that, right? When my team loses, I've gotten better with it. I'm still not good. I've gotten better. Except for certain things, like if the Cowboys, like last season, I was okay when the Cowboys lost certain games, right? I was like, fuck, we got outplayed. Like, damn, right? Oh well, let me finish making dinner, right? But like when we lose to the Niners, and then I've got my uncle Elroy calling me like with 20 seconds left still as they're kneeling the ball. I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna answer your fucking phone call because I already know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
I love
that's
you,
different.
uncle.
That's
But
different. Yeah.
yeah, he's calling me. My cousin's calling me. Motherfucker, I work with who's a Niners fan is calling me, and I'm like, no. Now I'm gonna be a dick about it. Now I'm gonna be an asshole, and I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna make fun of all of y'all about personal shit. Right?
Oh,
So
see,
yeah.
but no, you can't make it personal. No, but I just don't want like see. I don't know if that very passive is to me. It's not being passive. Is I don't want that shit to ruin my day. Like, okay, it's over. Now I want my day to continue, and I don't want to be in a pissy mood all day. And then like
Oh.
because there's people they're pissy, and then they give attitude to everybody around them, even including their either girlfriend or their wives or whatever.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I want to still continue with my day. I want to have a good time. I want to have fun. Even though that shit sucked, I still want to have a good time.
Hey, I'm pissy when Connor loses.
Oh god, that's true. That
When
is
when
true.
Connor loses, don't nobody get in my face because guess what? Connor might have lost, but I won't. Right? Sorry, Richie. I wouldn't have hit you that night. I promise. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I'm a passionate guy, brother. I'm a passionate man. But speaking of Connor,
Okay. Oh no.
there's some UFC fights this weekend, sir. Pay-per-view.
Yeah, but what has to do with Connor?
Well, no, he's a UFC fighter. It's called a transition in the biz, Mike.
Oh, the
It's called a
biz. Okay.
transition. Yeah, we're
Okay.
talking the biz right now.
Oh,
Come
well,
on,
here we go.
man.
I can see the fire building up in him. I got him a little rattled because I was talking shit, you know.
I love it. Nah, man. Good. There's some good little scraps this
You know what?
weekend,
Suck it
man.
up. Suck it up, bitch.
There's actually, and not just the UFC. There's
Huh?
actually a bare knuckle boxing match that I'm excited about this weekend.
Oh, what's her face backed out, right? What's her name?
Yeah, they're saying she backed out. She went on Instagram saying, "I never pull out." I said, "That's not what your man said." but yeah, she's trying to say she didn't pull out. That they
That's
made
not
her.
what she said.
Yeah, that they made her back out of the fight. Either way, but that's not even the one I'm talking about. The main event of that card is if you're familiar with Bellator, guy that goes by the name MVP, which is Michael Venom Page.
Okay.
Right? If you've never seen his fights, he's an interesting character, man. The guy has legit skills in MMA, but he's very awkward, his movements, everything. And James says he'll bare knuckle somebody to the face. I've seen it happen. But he's fighting Platinum Mike Perry.
Wait.
former
Hold
UFC
on.
fighter.
Video or it didn't happen? Sorry.
Oh, well, to our defense, Mike, cell phones weren't that popular. They were very expensive still in high school.
Well, you should have
So-
invented a better one then. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If I had invented it, Mike, I wouldn't be living in this 2-bedroom apartment.
You're dumb.
But Platinum Mike Perry is going to be making his his second fight in bare knuckle fighting against Michael Venom Page. So that's exciting. That's also this weekend. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, Deontay Wilder fights this weekend. No, not Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry. Alexander Usyk, heavyweight champ, is rematching Anthony Joshua this weekend.
Well, we'll find out because we're going to go over all of it. So you don't have to think about all of it because we're going to show it and talk about it.
Well, Alexander Usyk's a boxing match.
Oh, the boxing match. Oh,
That's a heavyweight championship boxing match.
Oh, yeah,
Usyk is the one. No, Usyk is the one that is from Ukraine that put his fight on hold earlier this year to go on the front lines and fight for Ukraine on the war. He served his time, and now
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that and then Lobachenko, who was also fighting there in Ukraine, helping fight the war. He just came back to the States yesterday. They're trying to make a fight between him and Gervonta Davis later this year. So big boxing fights coming up. But yes, we can get to the UFC now.
I mean, I have to do it now, but I'm just sorry. I was just talking.
Sorry, I get passionate when it comes to fights.
It seems like you're passionate about everything. That's what it feels like.
I made some really good pancakes the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I was passionate as I flipped them.
Did you eat them aggressively?
Fuck yeah. Almost chipped the tooth biting those things.
Almost broke your plate, and you're like, "Fuck yeah!" You know what? Oh, it's good. Yeah.
I was like, I didn't pour enough fucking syrup.
Syrup. Where's the fucking butter at? Ma, meatloaf.
Meatloaf. You want the meatloaf? I never know what she's doing back there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say one more thing, and I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn it!
Oh, you got excited about meatloaf?
Yeah, I actually did. Meatloaf does sound good right now. But did you see before we start with the UFC? But did you see the Lions HBO thingy?
Yes. You know what, man? I hope they win some games this year. I really do. I like the Lions. That's a team that, as long as they don't play for the Cowboys, I hope they win.
They don't play for the Cowboys or against the Cowboys?
Against the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I'm over here sounding like one of our friends, like I already had 2 seltzers. Yeah. Oh, so James saw it today. I like the coaching staff, right? I like the
fire that they have. Let's put it that way.
Yes, and how the coaching staff is trying to put that fire in the players, right? How they're trying to create a winning environment is what they're doing. They're trying, did you see the last episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so spoiler alert, right? If you didn't,
oh yeah, turn it off or skip ahead.
Yeah, see, I remembered this time.
Yep. Spoiler
alert. I like where Aaron Glenn was talking to him, and he was like, "So and so, when you played at Ohio State, how many games did y'all lose that year?" He said 1. He goes, every day y'all woke up and every game day y'all woke up and felt like y'all were gonna win. He goes, yeah. So and so when you played it, I think he said like Alabama or something. He goes, I don't know if he said the team. He goes, y'all went to the national championship that year, right? He's like, yes, sir. He goes, yeah, coach. He goes, how many games did y'all lose? One. He goes, every day y'all felt. He goes, every day, every game day, we knew we were gonna win.
Yep.
He goes, exactly. He goes, that's the mindset this team needs to have. And they're trying, and I applaud those coaches because you know what? They could go out there and just make a paycheck, right? All right, if I get fired, I'll go to another team, right? A better team, and then I'll really put in work. But no, I like that these coaches are trying, like James says, to bring that feeling back,
Yep.
right?
What I
It's
like
been a
though
long time.
is that preseason game. Even though they lost, they look pissed. Which is a good. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
bad. That's good because there's a lot of preseason games where teams play and they're like, oh, it's fucking preseason. Who cares? No, they were pissed because they want, like you said, get that fire back. They want to get that feeling like, you know what? I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care if it's the middle of the season. I don't care if it's the playoffs. We're gonna win and we're gonna stomp you.
Yes, sir. Put those kids to bed, man. You have a good night, James.
Yeah, James, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but I agree with you, man. It's good to see that they were angry. I like but you know what I also like is even though he didn't call that backup quarterback by his name, he made it known. Dan Campbell made it known. He says we can't make mistakes like turning the ball over late in the game.
Yep.
And that quarterback instantly knew that it was his fault, right?
Well, of
When he was
course.
talking about, and it was a good snap. It
But he
hit him
also
in the
did say
hands.
fix the little things because they made
Yes,
good amount of mistakes. So I mean,
yes,
was it all on him? No, but I mean, his fumble didn't help either.
yeah. Yeah. So, but I like a coach that isn't afraid to call out his players, right? And I applaud Dan Campbell for the job he's doing. I like the Lions, man. I'm a fan of the Detroit Lions right now.
See, but I feel like if your coach doesn't call you out, he doesn't want the team to improve. Like,
Exactly.
or and I want that in a coach. Like, you know what? Tell me I fucked up. Tell me what I did wrong, so I know what to do and get better at. Because if you don't have that, then you're like, oh, I'm good. I didn't do nothing wrong.
No, I agree with that. I agree 1000% with you on that, man. It's different to come into a team that's like Cowboys in the 90s, right? And I hate to bring it to this, but it's a good example, right? What's his name? Jimmy Johnson resigned as head coach, right? Or was fired, depending on who you ask, right? After they won a Super Bowl. Barry Switzer comes in, has the exact same players, wins the Super Bowl, right? So it's different to come in as a head coach when the team's already good. Dan Campbell wasn't getting a winning team, right? So he's trying to instill a winning attitude. And that's hard work, man.
Let me
And
ask you.
sometimes even go ahead.
Oh no, finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
No,
you off.
I was gonna say sometimes even when you lose, you have to find the good things in it. And he's done a good job the last couple of years of doing that because they fight. They no longer like you said, you don't see them walking off like, all right, we lost again. Now they're upset when they lose, and that's a start.
So one question before we go to UFC:
Yeah.
if you were hired as a coach, would you rather have a team that just won the Super Bowl and you keep most of your players? Or would you rather be a coach that built a team from nothing and eventually wins the Super Bowl? Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather build the team from nothing and eventually wins it.
That's what I'm
But
thinking too. Because I feel like I helped this team. We earned it together. You know, it's not I want to say that satisfaction. I want to say gratification for that satisfaction that you came in, you put in the work, you helped this team start winning. And it's just like that. You know what? It could have been a long road, but you know what? It feels so good at the end.
But at the same time, if you asked me this question 20 years ago, that's my answer.
The same
You
one?
ask me now,
Huh?
give me a team that's already good because nowadays, because of the fans and because of reporters, owners don't give these coaches a long enough chance to build a team up.
Oh, true.
Right? Look at Jimmy Johnson again. I'm sorry, I know I bring up the Cowboys, but when Jimmy took over the Cowboys,
You know, there are
they
other
were
teams.
yeah, they were 1-15. 1-15 when he took them. It took him like 3-4 years to build up through the draft and trades, right? To get a winning team and win the Super Bowl, right? To make it there.
True.
Right. So, but nowadays a lot of owners don't give you 3, 4, 5 years to do that. They give you 2 seasons, and if you ain't at least making the play, all right, we're gonna look somewhere else.
I would still like
Right?
to try because I feel like that.
Yeah.
it's more. It feels to
I
me. It
agree.
feels better. And then to me, I feel like getting a championship team already, and then you win it again. It's just like I feel like it's how the NBA is right now, where all the good players are joining up on one
Oh,
team trying to
yeah.
win championships, which they do, not all the time, but most of the time.
That's why there's a few coaches that have my respect. Jimmy Johnson's one, Bill Parcells is another, Greg Popovich is another, right? These are coaches that built winning teams from teams that weren't known to win.
Well, I have UFC 278. These are early prelims. We normally do not
Ooh.
talk about them unless John likes someone really big on it. So I'll just do a
Uh,
quick scroll.
the biggest name on this one right there would be Francisco Figueiredo, which is Davidson Figueiredo's brother.
Hmm.
He's coming off of a big win.
His
So,
brother is a bitch, but yes, okay.
yeah, his brother is a bitch. He probably is a bitch too.
Well,
I wouldn't tell them that to their face.
no, I wouldn't say it about him yet because he hasn't fought, he hasn't done anything. But we know what his brother does. He keeps, dipping on a fight. That's why
Yeah.
I say it. Not that he is like personally, but for what he's been doing, dodging
He
a
could be
fight.
personally.
I mean, he could. I just don't know him personally, but he could. You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the biggest name on
That
those early prelims.
that's the main event of the early prelims. AJ
Yeah.
Fletcher in is it Ange Lusa or Ange Lusa?
Yeah. Yep.
Which one?
Ange.
Ange? Okay.
Yeah. And then AJ Fletcher. Um, those are two up and comers, right? Neither one's ranked.
Yeah, I don't think
So,
I've seen them fight yet.
but I've said this time and time again. If you're a true fan, you're gonna watch the early prelims because those are the ones that are bangers most of the time. Because these guys are trying to make it to the main prelims or the main card. So yeah,
I'm a
they're gonna
fan.
bang.
I'm gonna watch them all.
You are, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now we're on the prelims.
Yeah.
I've seen her fight. I don't know if I've
Who's talking?
seen.
Miranda Maverick?
Yeah, Miranda. Sorry, I should say that. I'm like, you can see what I'm pointing at. Miranda Maverick. I've seen her fight.
Yeah.
Shanna Young. I don't think I've seen her fight, but I could be wrong.
I've seen her fight. I think this is a fight Miranda Maverick should win.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Isn't this only? She was only fought a couple times, right? Miranda Maverick.
This might be like her third or fourth time
Let me see. It should say here
in the
Oh,
UFC.
Yeah, in the UFC. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says total.
Oh,
You'll have to Google that stuff.
yeah.
Oh, that's
But it's
pretty
good
cool.
record, 12-4.
They changed the site, which is good. It only brings up now a little window of it
Yeah.
instead of doing like the full page,
Yep.
and then you can just minimize it again.
Kudos to you, UFC.com.
Yes, kudos to you. Tip my hat to you.
Sean Woodson
you
versus
go ahead.
Luis Saldana.
Mhm.
Okay. The next fight though, Leonardo Santos versus Jared Gooden.
Uh-huh.
That's a good prelim. Santos and Gooden, you got the wrestler versus the jiu-jitsu guy. Right? So that's a good prelim.
I thought this was Michael Phelps for a second.
Where?
Leonardo Santos.
Oh.
This is his face.
Quick glance at the picture.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna put that back up. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, that should be a good fight, man. If I'm not mistaken, Jared Gordon's coming off a loss. So he wants to get back on the winning. Yeah, see, last fight. So they're both coming off losses. So they need, they neither one wants to lose two in a row. So we'll see how that fight goes. I'm taking Gordon.
Cool.
But that next one, the heavyweights, that's
Ooh.
a very interesting fight.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, Marcin Tabora versus Alexander Romanov, or as he likes to be called, King Kong Romanov.
King Kong Romanov. Is he related to the Black Widow?
He could be. Marcin's that staple in the UFC, man. He's been in the UFC heavyweight division for a good minute now. Alexander Romanov is that up and coming guy. I think Romanov may be a little too strong for him as far as like his grappling and his ground and pound. So yeah, I think Romanov's going to win that one.
If I was picking, I would agree. But here we go, main card. Now we pick, baby.
Here we go.
Oh, here we are. Sorry. Here we go. Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hunsucker.
Yeah, Battle of the Tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Tyson Pedro fighting out of New Zealand. Trains with what's his name, Mr. Shui, Taito Avasa. Trains with those guys. I'm taking Tyson Pedro, man.
I
He's
am
gotten
too.
better every fight. Yeah, his last fight after his injury, he looked real good. So yeah, I'm taking Tyson Pedro.
Yep, I'm taking the same. Not much to say. You said everything, so I'm just gonna be like, yep, I said the same.
I love it. You're a smart man just to agree with me. No, I'm playing.
Nah, I just gonna say the last fight I had all of them right, but the main fight. So
Yeah,
just saying.
I did not make good picks on the last one. I'll admit that.
There's a reason why I don't always pick what you pick.
Yeah. Wu Yanan versus Lucy Pudilova. I'm sorry.
Pudilova, okay.
Yeah, Pudilova. I'll let you go first.
Oh, you want? Okay, no, that's fine. I'll pick. See, the only thing is I don't remember her ever fighting. I've seen her fight, but
Well,
I'm gonna pick Lucy on this one.
she's making her debut because you see the last fight is blank.
Yeah, I saw. But I'm gonna go with Lucy.
Yeah. Um.
It's hard wait when the other person picks because you're like, man, what kind of my pick? But you know what? What if the opposite? That's what you're going through
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. It is. I should have gone first. You know what? No,
Yeah.
man. I think you're right. I'm gonna go with Lucy Podolova.
Oh, you know what? It's always good when you go, pick what I pick. Just saying. But
Love it.
yeah, so she making her debut. That's good. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. I don't think I've ever seen her fight. That makes sense.
And it's on the main card.
Where'd she fight before?
Honestly, it might have been somewhere in Europe.
Was it
She's
like
from
Invicta
Croatia.
or nothing like that?
No, I don't think she was an Invicta. Um, she might have been in it. No, you know what?
Hmm.
I believe she's coming off of the Contender Series.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
that's how she won her contract is on the Contender Series, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Should
let
be
me
a good
double
fight.
check that.
Actually, I forgot I can switch it by win by. So Willian likes to bang. Lucy likes to
Oh,
do.
does she?
She goes all the way to the end. So yeah, because she has 50% KO, but it also has 42% submissions. Lucy's got 50% KO, 50% submission, and then 69% decision. So she can go the long haul. So she can take a punch. Can she do damage? We'll find out.
I think she can.
Me too. That's why I picked her.
Yep, that's why I picked her.
So we
All
got
right.
Jose Aldo. That's Jose Aldo. And then Marab Davalishvili. I think I
You
said.
did very good on that name.
Oh,
No,
fuck
very
yeah.
good. Yes. I always struggle with this last name, and you said it perfect.
No, I'm from there. What is it? Oh, Georgia. Oh yeah,
Georgia.
yeah,
Not Atlanta,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Georgia the
I saw
state.
country and then I saw Georgia. I was like, no. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Took me a
No, but
second.
yeah.
Took me a second.
Yeah. Georgia over in Europe, Russia.
Yes.
Um, man, this is a tough one for me because Marab also trains with the champ Aljamain Sterling,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're training partners. They're like best friends. He's a high energy, always moving, always scrambling, always just quick, go, 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 go. And against an older fighter like Jose, that could be really good. You tire out Jose, especially with the 3-round fight, right? You get the first 2 rounds, and then the third one, Jose gets you figured out. Too late by then.
I'm going
But
with Aldo.
I'm going. Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm going Jose, man.
Yep.
I think he's gonna catch Marab, and Marab's tough. I like Marab, but I just can't bet against the old horse, man.
Oh, here comes a good one. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold.
Oh, I'm torn. This is Luke's first fight in 3.5 years. He hasn't fought in 3.5 years. If I'm not mistaken, his last fight was against Yoel Romero, where he got knocked out, or maybe it was against Jan Blachowicz. I don't remember, but either way, he got knocked out in both of those fights. Paulo Costa's coming off a loss, although it was at light heavyweight because he couldn't make the middleweight weight at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a light heavyweight fight against I forget who he fought. Marvin Vittori. He lost. The one thing about Costa though that he does well is he puts pressure and he hits hard. The one thing Luke Rockhold's always struggled with are guys that put pressure and hit hard. So
And get him tired because he doesn't have great cardio when I've seen his matches. He gets tired very quickly.
who, Luke?
No, Apollo.
Paulo. Yeah, Paulo does. Paulo does get tired, but
I'll let you
I
pick
really,
first.
yeah, you go for it, man, because I'm
No, no,
not
no. I
sure.
said I'm gonna let you pick first.
Oh, I'm torn. I really would like to see Luke Rockhold win, man. I'm a fan of Luke, but I just feel like his jaw hasn't been there. And if Paulo catches him, that's it. I'm looking for Luke to get a quick takedown. I think Luke wins. I'm gonna go with my heart. And I said I wouldn't do that anymore, but I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna take Luke.
All right, I'm gonna go with Paulo Costa.
Yeah, I knew it. I wanted to go with him, man, but I'm going with my heart. After I said I wouldn't anymore, but fuck.
Who are you going for in this one? Mr. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards.
This is the rematch. They fought before.
I know. They haven't fought in
Their
7 years.
yeah, their first fight was Leon's third fight in the UFC and Kamaru's first fight after the Ultimate Fighter. And it was very close, but I'm sorry, Kamaru won a close decision. I'm taking Leon Edwards, man. I think Leon Edwards pulls the upset over the number one pound for pound fighter in the world right now and wins this fight. I think he wins it.
I'm actually
Is
going
it
for
going to be
Leon
the
as well.
most yeah, is it going to be the most exciting fight? I don't think so. So if you're looking for exciting out of this main event, might not be the fight for you.
I don't know.
But
I kind of feel like it could be, just because Leon's game is now all rounded. He can do
yes.
ground, he can do standing. So depending
Oh.
on if I've been watching a lot of stuff. If you haven't been,
Yep. I was going to say you watch the countdown.
yep. So it all depends if tomorrow feels like he can't get his ground game going because maybe his is also just as good, Leon's. They're going to have to throw. And we know Leon's came into the UFC as a
Striker.
striker. I would say boxer, but yeah,
Yeah.
striker. So we'll have to see what happens. Now we know Kamara is better on the ground more than just throwing, but he also, his striking ability has gotten better. So it depends where this goes. Could make it actually an exciting match.
Yeah, and you know what? I should rephrase myself, right? I find those kind of matches, those kind of matches exciting, right? A lot of the common fans don't. If it's not a knockout or a back and forth war, they get bored. I'm okay with some ground fighting, man. I'm okay with them, looking for position, jockeying for a sub. I'm okay with that. I think that's very exciting for me as a fan. I know that's something that you weren't necessarily into when you first started, and now you're like, nah, this is like I see what they're doing now, right? So you've gotten hooked on that kind of fighting as well. So I think for us hardcore fans, yes, it's going to be a good fight. If you're
Yep.
a commoner, it may not be the most exciting for you, but
Unless there's a knockout.
which can happen.
Yep. So we have to see on
But I'm
Saturday.
taking. So we only disagreed on one or
One.
on two.
No.
No, we both took Jose.
Yeah, we both took
Yeah.
Tyson. We both took Lucy. We both took Jose.
Yep. It's just that
That's the split.
Paulo Costa.
And then I was gonna go for Leon regardless. I thought maybe you were. I know you're not a big fan of Kamara, but I thought you were gonna take him.
I Yeah, I've grown to like him a little bit more over time. I'm still not a huge fan of him. What I don't like is he's very fake. And let me explain to you why.
Hmm.
He talks a lot of shit about Conor McGregor. But if you ever listen to Kamaro's interviews, he steals all of Conor's talking. He started saying when people want to make he goes a big payday, they call me. It's green panty night because green is in the Nigerian flag. First of all, fool, Connor's the one that started in the UFC, not in the world. In the UFC, started saying red panty night when he fights. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You never heard that?
No, sorry. I was looking. I was trying to fix something, and I
Oh,
went
yeah.
out. I'm messing up.
He stole that from Connor. Then he stole the any fool can get it in his post fight after Connor had said that like 3 months before. Any one of you mouthy fools can get. So he bites all of Connor's shit, but then he goes out, oh, Connor's a bitch though. So why are you stealing his shit then? Create
Well,
your own. Come up with your own content.
when
Fucking bitch.
when you can't think of anything yourself, you always got to steal from somebody.
And he steals from the one he talks shit about.
That's normally how it
Fucking
happens.
bitch.
But yeah.
Fucking. You know what? I'm back to hating him. Now play.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for us tonight. Appreciate everyone watching and that hung out with us today. Thank you so much. Enjoy y'all's Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and then watch some UFC fights on Saturday. Hell yeah, Mr.
Hell yeah,
Honky.
brother. I only got two things to say. The first
Suck
one,
it! Oh, no. Sorry.
it ain't it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Okay.
And the second one, you're damn right.
You damn right.
You
Cool.
damn right.
We out. See y'all next week. Have a great rest of your night. Peace.
Somebody go motorboat somebody.
Motorboat somebody.